Stop! Let's go! Kendall, stop! Let's go now!
No, nigga. Bitch ass nigga, bro.
Kendall, stop!
Hit him with the kick can.
This is a perfect example of the generational gap that we have between two individuals. These two different men, one a little bit older and one a little bit younger, come from two different generations. The old head is from the stunner generation. The youngster is, hold on, let me phrase that. The old head is from the head busting generation. The youngster is from the stunner generation. You know something? Well, I'm gonna talk about the youngster. Like the youngster, I could tell by the way he carried himself, the way he was up there pitching a fit. This dude either grew up without a father, or he didn't have no type of father figure in his life. He has a bunch of sisters, and his mom babied him and all that stuff. And now he wears his emotions on his sleeve. Like the dude, did you see how the dude was acting? Like the old head barely touched the dude. It's like he kind of nicked him. He kind of nicked him with that punch. Like it probably grazed up against his ear. But he even after that nick, like the old school could have easily knocked the brother out. But apparently he didn't. Like the dude did you see when he picked up that trash can, and then he went over there and got a handful of Kit Kat bars, and then he tried to pick up his buggy and throw it at him. See, those are female traits. Those are female characteristics. Now the old school cat, he's from the head where you had to fight. Where that's how they settle things, by duking it out. I can tell, like my father's from the man looks like he's the same age as my father. He's from that age where you had to duke it out. You had to fight in order to stand your ground. You had to like go blow for blow with somebody like that, whether you win or lose, but you had to do it. Like it was none of that jumping or shooting somebody with a gun. That all that stuff that right there is played out. They wasn't doing that back in his time. But see, the youngster, I can tell this is the type of the youngster who stunts on Instagram Live, who flashes money on Facebook, who pictures himself take selfies rolling weed up and smoking it. This type of dude who I could tell the way he took that graze to the face. He don't know how to fight, or he can't fight, or he ain't got no hands. But the only way he can actually fight is if he was rolling 10 deep. Dudes, I went to school with cats like this. Dudes like this, they won't fight you unless they roll in 10 deep. Yeah, his strength is in the numbers that are trailing behind him. But now he's by himself, and he got his feelings hurt because of the old school. I don't know what happened prior to that video coming on, but old school made him look like a bitch in front of his old lady. You know, like dudes like this to try to be all hard in front of their old lady, whether they a thug or they some square dude. But like this man basically embarrassed himself, and the old head basically embarrassed this youngster in front of his girl, and that's probably never happened to him. That's why he became all super emotional. But this goes to show you the generational gap that we have. The old school made the youngster look like a BR.